Yo. We are back and we are live with another live stream TV placement song critique. I go by Excalibur Zero, the music producer you can grow with. And what we do on this stream is we listen to your music and we tell you why or why not it may fit for television. I have 6 years of music supervision experience. One of my jobs was accepting and denying music that was submitted to the music library. So I try to give my insight that I have from the industry and share it with everybody on this stream. If you're new here, you can share your music by going to the description below. But I must say today is going to be a short stream because we have an interview at 11:30 with Heat. So if you guys want to come over there, check it out on their Discord, feel free to do so. What is up, RTP? Big up to Excalibur in the chat. Let's go. What's up? What is up, my boy Eternal? What's good, man? Happy Friday, everybody. Q below. Bello. What is up? Revision, what is up? Welcome back to the stream. Let me share the stream right quick. I'm going to remove, we can keep that in bed. I think today we start off with the boy Allen today. So today I'm only going to get through about an hour's worth of music. So I might be moving a little bit quicker than usual. So we can do that interview with the homies at Heat. How's everybody's week going? What's up, Sagara? Happy Friday. Let me make sure the music is working on stream. Okay, we're good. We'll start off right now with the homie Allen. Let's get right into it. Nice pauses. Fire, bro. Nicely done. Good spacing. Not too many elements that are overpowering, not too distracting. Mix isn't bad at all. Really nice underscore tension type of feel. A lot of room for dialogue. A lot of energy there. Nicely done. I forgot that yesterday I was on a call with the music library I work for, Signature Tracks, and on this call they have like these composer meetings, and I try to catch them when I can. And yesterday they actually had an editor on the call. So what they do is have a Zoom call. They'll do a stream, and like the head composer will listen to some of the tracks that he sends in, kind of like this, and he gives feedback and reviews. And it's cool because he has like probably hundreds of thousands of placements. Crazy amount of placements. But then he brought in an editor for one of the Real Housewives series, and he basically had the guy give feedback, and he was giving so much feedback that I didn't even know from the time that I was working for a music library. When I was looking for a music library, all the editors were working in what's called an editor bay. It's like a little studio, small room, and they're editing the TV show, and you see them like picking out, they're going through like, just imagine little playlists of folders on the side. They're just going through all the individual music to put that music into the scene. They're cutting the scenes together and stuff like that. And since COVID now, they work from home mostly. A lot of them work from home, which I didn't know. And basically he was breaking down everybody's track. There was like 10 people on the call, and he was giving some really good feedback. I wrote down some notes, and I would like to share that with you guys if you guys are down. And he even gave feedback on a track that I sent in. It was kind of risky, the track I sent in, because it has like DJ scratches and stuff like that. And usually that stuff is distracting. But I wanted to see how it went. Revision, you got to go. How do I jump on those calls? I'll DM me. I'll try to get you in there. I'm pretty sure I can get you in there. What's up, Cody? What's up, Morrison? I have a remix about to release. It'll be the end of February, I think. Okay, let's go. Let me go ahead and pull up some of these notes real quick, if you guys don't mind, before we get to that next track. Some of them may not make sense if you're new to sync licensing. So one of the notes was, if you could create a track that naturally has breaks in the sounds and the way it builds, almost like the track has a sting or a button in the middle of the track, it's a great stem for editors. And what they mean is, like, if you watch an episode of reality TV, they'll be talking, and then all of a sudden, like a random dun, and it's like stopped and paused a little bit while the person's talking. They said that if you could add more natural little hits or dropouts like that in the middle of your track, they really like that, because that's what they do already. So they create that already. So I think that's really good. A note that what the head composer said that I really liked is that we're making beats for dialogue, not artists. You want to build your tracks as if you're telling a story, which I thought was a cool note. Another note was having areas where it starts naturally with sparse elements to give space for dialogue. So a quick hook, like maybe even 2 or 4 bars, where it's introducing the hook very quickly, but then getting right immediately into the verse section, the B section, where there's a lot of room for dialogue. I thought that was a good note. So that's a good structure. Yo, Eternal, how'd you figure that out? Yeah, I remember when he told me that, I was freaking out, man. When he told me that he was in Love Don't Cost a Thing, I literally went that night to look for Love Don't Cost a Thing to see he was in it. Yeah, he was in Love Don't Cost a Thing. He was in like Senior Skip Day. He's in the music video. He's the guy, the love interest in Hillary Duff's So Yesterday, that music video. It's crazy. He worked with DMX. Yeah, it's cool. All right, so another note was having that areas where it starts naturally to give space for dialogue. So basically what that means is that you start with a really quick hook, maybe 4 bars, and you get immediately into that dialogue section, the verse section, where it leaves room for speaking and talking. Change the way you look at stings. A small melody rollout could be a sting. A perfect example of this is actually Eternal, or Charismatic, if you guys know him as Charismatic. Be Eternal's tracks. At the end of his sting, it's not just a hit. He'll have like a boom, boom, boom. It's not always just like a boom or a little hit at the end. They say they like to have things that also like kind of roll off a little bit. If we have Charismatic or Eternal's track in here, I'll show you. He usually does it at the end of it. Actually, see. Actually, they're not they're not formatted for TV this time. But if next time, I'll show you guys what I mean by that. If you hear charismatic stings, it's a perfect example of what that means. It's like a little roll off at the end instead of just a random hit at the end. A note on dramedy tracks that I wrote down is bad. A bad note that editors give is that they don't really like dramedy tracks that feel like Inspector Gadget or investigative type of feel. Make sure your sting doesn't end abruptly and let it ring out naturally was another note I wrote out. But they said that he really honed in is like, we don't like dramedy tracks that feel like investigative or very Inspector Gadget type of feel. They don't really want corny stuff. They like modern stuff. Love Don't Cost a Thing, the movie, yeah, the movie. So those are some notes so far, and a couple other notes I'll give. If I have time at the end, I'll quickly play the track that I have and give the notes that he gave back in my track. Something he said about my track is that it lacked identity, so it didn't really feel like it was underscore or comedy. It just needed one more element to really push the direction of what type of track it was, and I think that was a good note for myself to kind of hear feedback on that type of track that I sent. And then he also mentioned, like I said earlier, the DJ scratches were too distracting. So if you use like any distracting sounds, it's kind of like a turn off for them. So I'll show that track if I have time. And then this is a good note I thought too. I wasn't even thinking in this mindset. He says careful with a lot of dirty elements like heavy reverb, because a lot of scenes are shot in spaces with a lot of ambience. Let's say like a restaurant. You want your track to cut through distinctly without getting washed out from the natural ambience of where the show is being shot. So they said be careful about adding too much reverb, and don't overthink this. This is not something you need to like overthink when you're making your music or whatever. These are just notes that I think that can help you guys out. Just be careful with a lot of ambience, a heavy amount of ambience or reverb. I mean, when you're making your track, because it can get washed out with the natural ambience of where the show's being shot. Last two notes is I thought this was a cool note that he gave. He was like, you got to understand that most executives for TV shows are like 40-year-old women. So think of the aspect of like music they would like let's say Harry Styles. They're gonna hear something that if they hear something that feels like Harry Styles, they're gonna be like, oh, I want more tracks like that, because they're not musicians usually. The people who are the executives of the show. I thought that was an interesting note. Usually I tell people to think of the mind of the editor, but there is a process that kind of goes through. It's like, you can send it out to a music library. That music library either sends it out to a music supervisor or a production company. The production company is actually making the show. The editor works for the production company. They're editing the show. So I tell you to think of the mind of the editor, because the person editing the show is picking out the music most likely. But there's another step up. After they have their scenes already ready, they send it out, and people have to approve the scenes. Like, it's not just like they make the TV show and it's seamless and they just say, all right, it's good to go. It's like there's a lot of process that goes into it. They have people that approve that stuff, and they give music notes sometimes too as well. So not really a very important note, but it was just that he mentioned that like most music TV executives or shows are like 40-year-old women or sometimes men as well. Like middle-aged is what he said. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Another last note, not really important, super important, but this is something that I thought was interesting. He said -15 to a negative dB, or -15 to a negative 11 dB of a track that they put into a scene is how much they're going to deduct it. I said that all backwards. They'll deduct the track -15 to -11 dB when they're putting it into scene openers. So your track is going to be cut down that much volume when they put it into scene openers. They cut the track down -20 dB when they're when they're putting the music in the scene for dialogue. So they turn the track down a lot, and it, depending on the scene, is how much they turn the track down. So that's the notes that I've gotten for that call. Hopefully you guys find it useful. If I have time, like I said, I'll try to play the track at the end. Let's keep it moving. Didn't mean to interrupt the stream. Let's get it. Lead the plug. He said, what up, Big Man X in the realm? This is Lead the plug from Ghana. What's up? All the way from Ghana? Let's go. Critique is appreciated. I need help finding the right genre for these sticks and events. Might pull out some Afro. Okay, let's get it. I'm gonna pause it right there. I really like how this changed into this section. I'm gonna keep it quick today, guys. Playing about a minute of each track, just because, like I said, I have to leave at 11 because we're doing an interview over at the Heats channel. So I'm gonna keep the feedback pretty quick too as well. This one, I think it's a good emotional track. Like, it has a really good emotional feel. Even you put sad hip hop scenery in the name of the title, so I think you already know what genre this really fits in. Emotional stuff is used all over TV, especially like sad stuff. So I think that the number one thing you need to focus on is the structure of this track. The structure, it took really long to get into this track, and the drums didn't drop till like a minute in. If you fix the arrangement, I think this one has a pretty good sequence going on. Like, the feel is there, the sound selection is there for the most part. Only thing I had a critique on about the sound selection was that riser that you used. I don't know where it is. There's like right here. That's kind of dated at this point, that kind of riser. So I would switch that riser with like a sweep or a white noise sweep or something like that. That sounds a little bit more natural to the R&B sad reflective feel you got going on. Let's listen to this next one. This is Heart Darkness and Hard Times. All right, same note with this one. I think this one just needs arrangement. I can't really gauge what genre this was trying to be. It's kind of similar to the note that I got yesterday from that editor that listened to my track. It almost wants to lean trap, like tension. It kind of wants to lean emotional a little bit. I think that I would have a definitive type of style for it. So if you want this to be trap and get into the stuff that it's actually like played out to be, like that tension type of feel, then I would hone in on that, get into that part a lot earlier in the track, and then speed it up a few BPM. I think it could be sped up a little bit to really hone in on that tension type of feel, that suspense type of feel you got going on the beat. And then also another note is that reverb on that clap. It's really heavy, and like I just mentioned, there's a lot of natural ambience that's going to be played on TV shows. Let's say, you know, they're in the club and this is a fight scene. There's going to be a lot of chatter and stuff like that in the background, and the natural ambience of the room. So that's really gonna squash that track, or squash that clap a lot, and get hidden in the mix, in my opinion. So those are the notes I got back on that one. Not bad at all. Looking forward to hearing those Afro beats, and shout out to Ghana. Next up, we got the homie Eternal. He said, "What's up, everyone? Been a while. These aren't formatted for TV. Just wanted to see where they could fit TV wise. Thanks and happy Friday. Let's get it." Yeah, Love Don't Cost a Thing is a classic. Nick Cannon, Christina Milian. I remember the early 2000s, so I wouldn't be surprised. Oh yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I skipped yours, Q. My bad. I just noticed I skipped yours. All right, this was dope. I don't know if I would put this on TV. I mean, if you put it on TV, it would be like a scene opener. I feel like it would be cooler for like an ad. This has like more ad style, just because you experimented with sound and stuff like that, and you have that hyper pop feel or whatever it's called now, the rage or whatever. I think that fits more that style. I definitely miss over yours, Q. My bad. Let me play yours real quick. I'm gonna go back to Q's real quick. I'm only playing a minute today. Like I said, I have to leave at 11 for an interview, so I'm gonna keep it quick. This was a minute long. All right, Q. For this one, two things. One, I feel like the instrumentation as far as the melodies and the strings is there. It leans like that emotional drama TLC type of feel, which I've told you before I think you should really hone in into. But the drums don't really match the style of the track. I feel like the drums have like this concert band feel with like that really realistic cymbal that's going on, and then the snare. I would rework the drums on this, and then also rework the mix. I feel like the mix needs to be focused on a little bit too as well. Get everything clean and have its own space to keep it really polished. I know you're already submitting out to music libraries, so I just want to give you actionable feedback that I think will work. So those are a couple things I think you can do to kind of fix up the track. Next up, we got the homie Eternal again. This one's called Pressure. I'll play 2 Eternal and so I can get through everybody's tracks. If I have time, I'll go through yours again at the end. Also, thanks for the $5 donation, Quadex. I appreciate it. What is up, Flares? You made today's track on an Apple Watch. What's up, YM? All right, Eternal. This one, I feel like too, this one's a little bit more experimental. I don't know if it specifically works for TV, but I definitely think that it has like that video game style and like futuristic, augmented reality type of feel to it. I know they're not formatted for TV, but that's the feedback I think on those ones. Still think track has good sounds, good quality. I feel like it's good. I don't know where I would put it specifically for TV. What is up, Heat? Excited to be on Office Hours. Thanks for having me today. If you guys are available at 11:30, we're going to be going over on Heat's channel and be doing a live 11:30 PST or PDT West Coast time. Going to be doing a little interview. So let's get it. All right, next up we got the homie Cody Bell, who's working right now, just strolling through the stream. He can't even play music right now. I can't even hear the audio, but we're going to go over his track. It's a quick beat I made. Not sure if this will fit, but feedback is also always welcome. Let's get it.
Cody Bell.
Yo, what genre do you guys think would fit? This would fit for TV. Let me know in the chat below. What genre do you guys hear this in? It's a solid track. Oh. This is good, man. This is solid. I have no feedback as far as what you can do to make this better. This would fit all day. You hear stuff like this on reality TV all the time. This has like a really good drama feel to it. I also see dramedy in the chat. Yeah, this has like a dramedy feel to it. It's like lighthearted. It leans drama, light drama, but also like dramedy, like mischievous type of feel. Solid work, Cody. That's a banger. Like that would get used all day in my opinion. All right, next up, we're going to play the homie Quad X since he sent that $5 donation in. I appreciate that real quick. Quad. I'm going to play like 2 minutes of it, Quad X, though, because we have a quick stream today. So I'll play like 2 minutes of it. This is dope. I like this. That one has a lot of intricacy in it. I like it. I like the little triplet feel that it has to it. Dope work from the homie Quad X. But we already know Quad X is going to turn in heat every time. All right, next up we got the homie Freddie River. This is for the live stream today, he said. Q, if you're trying to get like arrangement as far as your drums instrumentation, one, recreate drums from tracks that you hear, other tracks that you hear. Go on like a website that I mentioned before in the stream, look at the music library, try to copy their drums, or just use drum loops. Drum loops are perfectly fine to use for sync. You can't copy, or as long as they're royalty free, you're fine. All right, Eternal, have a good one, man. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming through, my boy. Maybach music. Nice. This is clean. I'm gonna pause it right there. Clean work. Yeah, Freddie got the vibes for sure, man. Freddie got the vibes. RTP, that's a good question, man. He said, can you submit the same track to various music libraries, or do the music libraries prefer that the tracks are not placed anywhere else? If you're submitting just to get accepted into the music library, you can send the same tracks just for showcase or demo purposes for them to see what type of music you make. If you're already accepted, it's going to depend on your deal. There's two types of deals. There's exclusive deals and non-exclusive deals. For non-exclusive deals, you can submit the same track to other music libraries as long as they're non-exclusive. Some non-exclusive deals are going to be from like Critical Music. Another library that I know of is Artlist. Those are like the non-exclusive deals. Though a lot of companies are starting to want to work with exclusive deals, exclusive rights to the tracks. So if you're if you're signed to a music library that's only exclusive, you cannot send that same track to another library. But what you can do is you can take the drums from that track and recreate another track using the same drums without using the same melodies and send it out to another music library as one way to work efficiently. More specifically, if you're working for high quantity type of music for like reality TV and stuff like that. Nicely done from the homie Freddie. Always sending the vibes. Next up, we got Patrice. She said, hey, y'all. Got this orchestral hybrid track. We'll take any feedback. Y'all feedback is essential. Thanks. All right, Patrice. So you got the disco link ready. Dope. I like that a cinematic feel to it. Only feedback I have, and I think that Flares will probably be a better person to get feedback from, but when I hear a track that has like a cinematic orchestration like this, the low end, that bottom end has a lot of punch to it, and it's hitting with a lot of dynamic to really anticipate the feel that's going, like really bring up the anticipation of the feel of the track. And I think it's probably missing that, like some low impact hits to be layered here. Because I know you have like a little tom or something like that. Maybe it's a timpani or something, but I would layer that with something else to really build that dynamic punch. But nice arrangement, nice build, nice suspense to it. Let's listen to this next one. Horror trailer music, yeah. I see more people are coming to the stream. Like I said, today's going to be a short stream today. I'm only going to get through as much tracks as I can within the next 30 or 23 minutes, basically. I have to leave for an interview today at 11:30 over at the Heats channel. So if you guys want to join me over there after the stream, let me know. I'll share the link in the Discord too as well, so you guys can join us for the interview. But today we're keeping it short, and we'll play whatever we missed this week. We'll be playing next week on the next week's stream. This one's called Heist from Patrice. Yeah, perfectly said, RTP, to make the hair stand. All right, this one has like a good dialogue feel to it for scripted series or maybe like a movie as well. I think the only thing I might hear, the two things I hear from this, one, it's very thin. I think the track is very thin and quiet. I will try to get it a little bit more dynamic, not like in the way where I mentioned in the last track where you're adding a lot of punch to it, but just get that volume up. And then another thing I think is missing is maybe some more organic elements. So like, and it could be like a percussion element, like let's say a shaker or something. I know you have one coming towards the end. That's like kind of layered with the stick hits that you have, but I think something that kind of adds more movement to it, especially going to the end here, going into your sting. Just something very organic, like a shaker that adds texture to it. That's the other note I have on that track. Nicely done, Patrice. Next up, we got Morrison. This is a Bad Reputation Rent style remix of the Ballet Girl.
Alcohol and colored pills. Never see her father, but he taught her the ballet. One night she packed her bags and ran away. Oh, now she's dancing alone, toes bleeding out on the floor. Oh, now she's dancing alone, as she moves to dodgy, oh. She's feeling great, she's falling on stage. Her happy the smile on her face. Her memories stay, but the songs are away. And now she's dancing alone. She's dancing alone.
I'm gonna pause it right there. That track is fire. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I tripping? Is Morrison Hamada? Are you Hamada Morrison? Was your name Hamada before on here? Because you have the same feel. The same feel as his tracks. If not, you guys are both crazy. Nicely done. Somebody said party. Oh yeah, the lead said party scenes. Yeah, that definitely has like a lot of different feels to it. You hear that type of stuff really used a lot for esports. Esports have pretty good budgets for music too as well. All right, Sagara, got you next to dipping my toes into the mid-tempo cyberpunk style of music. Looking for thoughts on mix and composition. Hoping to start pitching this for sci-fi games. That was clean, man. All around. That track is fire. I don't have any notes on that one. Definitely hit the mark on that cyberpunk feel to that. Nicely done. If you're trying to get into trailers, I know something that you can do to keep it modern is when you get to this part right here where you're kind of like hanging out with the track and like your drums are right here. It would be cool if you added like a swing to it, like a shuffly feel to the drums where it's like kind of like that feel, just to add a little bit more movement and keep it more modern. And that way when you get back into that hook, you can just drive it out with the high energy feel. I think that would be a cool like percussion layer that you can add to that, in my opinion. Nicely done though. Oh, okay. Homada is you. All right, Morrison. You changed your artist name. All right. I know you changed your name a couple times in here. You killing it, man. Your tracks are crazy. All right. Next up, we got the homie Revision. Perfect, man. Sound selection, feeling, all there. Definitely hits the mark that you're trying to go for. That's a clean track. I really like the sound selection. Structure's on point. Feel good vibes. That's going to work all day. That's a good show to get picked up on, too. I'm going to put in the chat real quick a poll. Let me know what you guys think this track is as far as the genre that it would fit for TV. So let me start a poll real quick for this one. I already hear it. What genre do you hear this? One second. My bad. I think this is a good learning moment. All right. Putting the poll up right now. Let me know what genre you guys think this will fit for TV on Revision's track. I'm going to pause it right there because we got more tracks to get through. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm going to end the poll right now. That track, and you're going to actually, let me play a little bit more so you can see why I'm on the All right, that one, in some cases, could be a scene opener. If you put scene opener, it could be used for a scene opener. But that track definitely has a scene closer feel. If you voted closer, yeah. It has a closer feel to it. The track is coming to like a resolution of the show. Imagine these friends are getting together. They've been planning this big party for the baby shower of their best friend. And they've all been busy schedules and they haven't been able to link up at the right time. But at the end of the show, they finally have matching schedules. There's no more stress involved and they can finally head to that baby shower that they have and they're all having fun and enjoying their family. That's the type of track that will be playing. And that track kind of builds into that conclusion at the end of the scene. Scene closers plays for a pretty long time. Like they're usually like a minute long placements, maybe 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minute placements. So they're pretty solid placements. The longer the placement, in most cases, for royalty checks, the back end, you get paid more in most cases. All right. This next one is called Rock the Boat. We'll play a minute of this track. Keep moving. Solid. Nice spacing right here. Fire. I gotta pause it right there, but that track is fire, bro. I really like this spot right here. Nice spacing, man. Earlier, I made a point of how the editor that we were speaking to yesterday on that call said they like a lot of natural breaks where it almost feels like there's a sting or something going on. This is exactly what I mean. And they'll use these parts and they'll cut it up to the actual picture. So let's say it's like a light drama track. This is a light drama track. Let's say there's like a little bit of confrontation or drama going on. They'll use these parts that he used in this song and they'll cut it up to their own pacing of the show. So it may not be on tempo for them on the actual show, but they'll make it fit. And they use points like these, like little dropouts like these. They love using this. That's a perfect example of what I mean by that. That was fire, man. Solid all around. That's a good track. Revision, you've been killing it, man. You've been killing it. Like every time you come in here, I'll give some feedback or something or slight feedback and you just improve on it. Your sound is there. And I love that you hone in on like your hip hop, like natural hip hop feel. You have a good swing. Like these drama tracks like this are going to get used all day. And it's very you. It's very your style. Like your hip hop drums like this are dope. You have a good swing. Nicely done. Let's keep it moving to the homie X.E.L.O. This is a sports type beat. He's finishing the album today. Damn, that was fast. Last week you only had like one track, right? Or two tracks? It's a good drama track. Nice. That's solid, man. Another example of what I meant. Right before X got back into his main hook part of his verse, he had like a 1 bar little break right here. Coming right here. Right here. That's another pretty good example of that. They can use that part right there, chop it up to how they want. That was like a cool little reintroduction into the track. That track's solid, man. Another good track that I feel like fits the vibe of what you sent out last week. I would get more bougie with how you kind of present this album or how you're going to pitch this album. I don't know if they specifically asked you for sports type beats, but if they didn't, why don't you present it like, like anthem, orchestral hip hop, documentary style beats, or orchestral hip hop, documentary sports. Like, put documentary that has that documentary feel, and I think you can really get a lot more eyes on it if it's niched down a little bit even more. In my opinion, I mean, a sports type beat or whatever is fine too. I feel like it would definitely fit it. It fits that scene, but I just hear documentaries with this, and I feel like it would fit well for that. Nice work. Triumphant beat, perfectly explained. Great drama track. Yeah, it has good drama to it too as well. All right, we'll play another one by Morrison. This is fire. Oh my gosh. This is dope, man. Pause it right there. That track is fire, like all around. The build up to it, sound selection, incredible, bro, incredible. I didn't even know you could do trap. Nicely done. Next up, we got the homie YIM, the talented homie YIM. He said, "Happy Friday, everyone." Got some older and new stuff today. Let's play. That's true, Willow. Esports will tear that up. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bro, what are you on? Golly. All right, I gotta pause it right there because we gotta keep it moving. I only have a couple more minutes left. That was crazy. I'm gonna play one more by UIM, and I want to play this next one for next stream. That was ridiculous, bro. It's Mr. Goofy Goober. This sounds like
Well, something new has been added.
hey. All right, nah, you're trolling with that one. That was funny though. That kind of goes hard though. I'll play this one. Bro, this guy is crazy. Listen to this track. This is crazy, man. The fact that you can go from like this R&B style, you can play the hip hop beat battle style to this goofy goober type beat is crazy, man. You're super talented. Very versatile. Next up, we got the homie Flares. If you guys are not familiar with Flares, man, you're about to realize. Put the swords in the chat, man. Put the swords in the chat. Yeah, that has White Lotus feel to it. The Purge. Yo, earlier, Richard said, "Was this made on an Apple Watch?" Earlier, this dude Flair said, "I made this on an Apple Watch." This dude's trolling. Somebody asked him before. Somebody asked Flairs in the chat one time, like, "What does he use?" I think he said like a Pokemon like Switch. I don't know what he said, man. It was something funny, but every time he just gets more like exaggerated with his example of what he uses to create those tracks. That's a track that somebody gets kidnapped to in a movie. That track was crazy. That track was wild. But we already know this with him. All right, last two, man. I'm sorry, Tooth. I'm not gonna be able to play your track. You just missed the mark. I'm only gonna be able to play a minute of each of Buskins and your boy. We'll be playing your track first next stream. I'm only gonna be able to play a minute of both of these, and I gotta go. Hey, is this you, Chikara? Oh yeah, it has to be. It says Buskin.
Sunshine peeking through the window. I seen a lot of motherfuckers look cold and be bold. Sunshine peeking through the window.
Whoa.
I seen a lot of motherfuckers look cold and be bold. Yeah, looking for a dividend. Open into the currency coming in, coming in, summoning 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil, now 10 million. That's a must. Everybody in this room come dap me up. I'm cool as fuck. Wait a minute, everybody in this room is just a dog. I heard that's just a rumor, not assuming that that's true of y'all. But y'all was licking balls. But all I hear is talk. I look into your eyes and all I see is the sunshine peeking through the window.
This is
Come
fire.
on. I seen a lot of motherfuckers look cold. Yeah.
What the dog doing? What that dog doing? He said
Yeah. Sunshine peeking through the window.
Hey, you shot and edited this video, Chikara? That's pretty solid, man. This track is something I would add to my playlist, and I'm going to be adding this today. Shot and edited by Chikara. Nicely done. All right, your boy. I can only play one of your tracks. I'll play Rise Up. Bro, this is way different than the stuff he regularly sends in. That was ridiculous. Nicely done, man. That's the stuff that like the jellyfish from SpongeBob be revolting to, rebelling to. That's the stuff when they're about to get somebody back with that one. They're underground planning some mischievous stuff. Hey man, this is probably top three like musically wise streams that we had as far as the amount of quality music that we've had in the stream. You guys all around, from the cinematic stuff to the R&B to the trap to the EDM to every style that you guys submitted so far today was incredible. Highly impressed, really motivated. You guys are super talented. You guys all have the potential to lock down like all these sync placements for sure. Like everybody all around here. Nicely done, man. All right, I'm gonna end it here. If you guys want to kick it with me on Heat's stream, I'll be sharing the link in the Discord. I'll be doing an interview. Come kick it, say what's up. Put in the chat. We'll be live in about 20 minutes or so. So I will catch you guys over there. If I missed your track today, we'll be catching it next stream. Or if you want anything that I missed over, resubmit it for the next stream, and I got you. Peace out, guys. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you over at